Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what is transpiring so far in the crypto market. Right now, it's interesting. Bitcoin is over 76,000 right now, and it looks like it's trying to push up just a little bit higher here. But when we get into the Bitcoin chart and it doesn't go down like that for some reason, we can look at this. So 76,100. The next target that we're coming up to is right around 78,254. I anticipate that to happen. We'll see if it plays true or not. We have what looks like a small bull flag setting up for Bitcoin. So we'll see how this plays out today. If we can come up to the 78,254, it looks like it wants to continue up, but you can never be certain. So we could get some volatility with XRP. I'm still in my long position. It's a $65 risk as I'm going to play it down to 53.7 cents. And if it busts, I lose $65. So if you're part of the copy trading, that's the risk on this trade. It's either going to play out for us or we're going to lose $65. And I'm okay with that because I want to play this out in totality. So I'm letting this play and I put my stop loss right here. So if it comes down below 53.7, to me, it busted the pattern, but I am not selling it until it busts the pattern on me. I want to see if it plays out. I want to see if this W reversal plays up. And if we do come up to the eventual push up here. We talked yesterday. I did an emergency video on HBAR yesterday. And HBAR, I said HBAR bull flag looks to break out imminently. Expected move 16%. And what ended up happening last night is HBAR right now is at 4.5%. I set up the bull flag for everybody. I have 80,000, just over 80,000 HBAR. It's up just over $200 from yesterday. So between AMP making $280 on its run up when I had the 1 million tokens, then I moved it into HBAR, and now I have 80,000 plus tokens of HBAR, and now this is up another 200 and something dollars. So to me, the spot trading allows me to have that $65 risk. So if you're just copy trading, make sure you value the risk, because if it goes down, I'm okay with losing 65, and you'll see this a lot. I've made money now. I've made over $480 the last 2 days in spot trading. So now I start to open up my options. I have, as some of you know from last night, I have XLM. I have about 30,000 XLM, and I'm playing this bull flag. Right now, I did add some last night when it went back down to the 1009. So now I have just over 30,000 XLM, and I'm looking to see if it can hold this 10 cents because it looks like a nice bull flag. And if it plays out true, because we've been in this descending consolidation, 12.7 cents is where we could go. Remember, though, these patterns could bust, okay? Where there's a reward, you've got to have a risk. That's what makes the value of this. That's what makes this move. So I'm not afraid to lose $65. If I'm in copy trading, we lose $65, so be it. If I'm on my spot trading and it goes the wrong way, so be it. It's what I'm seeing in the pattern setups. So I try to stay transparent. I hope everybody paid attention yesterday. I would encourage many of you to join Tom's Army. Be a part of this great thing. Forget the leverage side. That is small nickels and dimes. Where we make our money is in the spot trading. And I try to show every single day. I look for these setups like with HBAR. I look for the setups like with XLM. I look at the setup like with AMP. But I got rid of it because I went into HBAR. See, I have my designated things. AMP underperformed for me at the time. I still think it has potential, but it still made me 7%. So I'm very happy with how this is going. Pay attention to mining stocks again. I'm telling you, these things are on sale right now, and the better they get, the better you should, or the more you should be looking at these. So let me do the intro very quickly. I got 20 minutes to go over this. I tried to give a quick intro this morning, like boom, boom, boom on these little, on the assets so that we know where we're sitting, because we're in a very formidable spot right now. And seeing HBAR jump up overnight, seeing Doge up, seeing Ethereum now up 1.39%, it leads me to believe that we're going to get this continuation we want. It's just going to be painful, that's all. So like I said, if you're copy trading, you can follow me on BITUNIX. It's in the video description below and or pinned comments, or on my homepage. That's where I hold my HBAR, and yada, yada, yada. So you can join me there. It's got the lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the world, to me. I've tried it in the USA. For me in the USA, I haven't found anything even close, and it's available worldwide, no KYC or VPN. So I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. And I always tell everybody, get the exchanges right, get it situated before you're ready to do anything. So even if you're not looking to trade today, get it right. If you want to copy trade, it's up to you. But again, there's a $65 risk today. So if that's too rich for your bones, you know, you're going to have to look the other way. So good morning, 7:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, November 8th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So what a great start to the day. And I know XRP's red, but a great start. We came down and did a consolidation. If this W reversal plays out, this will bring us up to where we talked about yesterday. We have a nice V-shape recovery. Looks like a little inverse head and shoulders here that formed along the way. And now we have a W reversal right here. So if this plays out, this is a very, very desirable setup. And we want to play out to the top side. And now it's like, well, what do we have to do to get bullish here? So let's take a look. Because this is going to be a 20-minute update, but this is going to be a 20-minute update with a lot of information, a lot of positivity, and a lot of what-ifs if we can actually finish these patterns. HBAR, I was really confident yesterday that it was going to break out. That's why I said imminently for the bull flag. I said bull flag expected to break out imminently because it was expected to break out imminently. I can't say it's going to break out 100%, which is what I wanted to say because nothing's 100%. Remember, the market moved down yesterday overnight. Like XRP was down to 54.67. So if you look at the spot on the futures trade, we were probably down a good $30 when it went down to the bottom from the top where it's at now. So it's interesting how it works. Like with HBAR, last night I just happened to wake up at 3 a.m. and I seen that it was back testing the breakout. And I'm like, oh boy, when I wake up, this could be big. And when I woke up, I seen it was up 3.8%. And now it's just over 4%. But the totality of the move is 16%. So when I bought it, I was playing the 16%. So did I sell it this morning because I see 4%? No. Is it a risk? Sure. Because if I want to take the $200 and some change, you know, then you could do it now. For XRP, we're in this consolidation. One could argue that if it breaks to 54.85, that you don't have to ride it all the way down to 53.74, which is something I'm considering as well. But I would rather watch this play out. But now that it's created this uptrending support, downtrending resistance, you have to pay very close attention if it reverses back up, which it should. Even if we get rejected, we've only had two tops, two bottoms. So even if this is a bearish consolidation, you've got resistance 1, support 1, resistance 2, support 2. So even if you come up and get rejected, it does seem to be targeting that 56-cent area today. If this plays out appropriately. So for me, it's appropriate to hold this and then try to ride this. Now, the risk might not be as high as 65 if I decide to play the pattern, which now that it formed, I can play the pattern. Yesterday, I didn't know what the pattern was. I assumed this was the pattern, but it's hard to judge it until you can actually see it. The hourly looks fantastic if it can continue to pull up here. Nice inverted hammer on the candle before. Now we're trying to push back up. And don't be surprised if it does, you know, pretty quickly. If it's going to do this, do it. But if it breaks out is where you have to pay attention. So what? Just for everybody watching this morning, 50, let me put this up here because this is a very critical spot. So you want XRP. Yes, it can come all the way down to 54.30 or 54.15. But with what it's creating right now, we don't technically want that. We want this to be the identifiable support now at 54.80. We came down yesterday to tap this, so now we would like to push up universally and come up to that 55.90 area. So we want to come up to 55.90 roughly. Actually, it's a little bit lower, I believe. No, it might be right on there. It actually might be right on there because that's how I would look at it. Because we had another wick below, but we had a tap a tiny bit below. And now we're going back up. So 54.80 and 55.90, I like that a lot. So that's what XRP is looking at in the short-term consolidation. When we look at Bitcoin in the short-term consolidation, it looks like it's trying to play off a bull flag here. It does, but at any point, we know with crypto, it's very speculative at times, especially after big moves up. We have to pay attention to any kind of reversal, but this looks like it should come up to our technical target. I'm sorry, but our technical target right now, and I don't know where that arrow is, but we had 3 arrows, and I'll tell you exactly what they mean. And we know where the breakout point is, so we don't have to guess. So basically, let me open this up. The first target for Bitcoin at 73,697 was simply hitting all-time highs. When we hit all-time highs, we bounced off of it, got rejected initially, came to 67,735. Now we've bounced up. Now we broke 73,697, which is that first target. Second target is the narrow part of this megaphone pattern, which is the cup and handle consolidation. And it's when it first started. That brings us up to 78,254, which is what we should be doing today. Or in the immediate near term if we're bullish, though, which it seems like we are. So that should be something that we should continue here today. If we break down, well, it's invalidated if it comes through and then it breaks the structure. Then if you break that, the top of the megaphone on the widest part of this megaphone pattern on the handle consolidation, that would bring you up to 86,960. Now that 78,256 area is very desirable for me because we have a lot of liquidation heading in that direction. So if we want to come down for the further liquidation, it would appear to me that Bitcoin is attempting here at least to come up and fill some of this consolidation above us and then come down, because that looks like it's flagging out here a little bit. And now it created a little bit of a flag. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But there's a lot of liquidation up here, just at 77,400. So you're talking 1,300 point move. There's 400 million at 77,000. And that's only 900 point move from here. So you're telling me Bitcoin for 900 points up, there's 536 million liquidation right now at 77K. So if you're asking me why I didn't think it was going to break down yet, I just find it hard to believe that Bitcoin's not going to take that $900, that 900 point move here. And literally, if it goes up 900 points, you're talking about a 1% move for Bitcoin. That 900 points triggers a $500 million liquidation at 77K. And I find it hard to believe we're not going to take out some of these liquidations. Like, look at this. 77.5, 376. You got 399 million at 774. So, or 77,450. So at 77,000, you got over 500 million in liquidation on shorts. At 77,450, you got another 400 million. So you can essentially, by going to 77,500, take out about 1.3 billion in liquidation. And then you talk about coming down. At some point, we're going down to 64,550. There's 1.2 billion in one quick grab at 64.5. There's another billion at around 64. You got about 3 to 4 billion down in that range. So if you look at it from a nominal value, I don't see why Bitcoin wouldn't go to 77K. And that's what's instilling some of this confidence in myself to be able to do what I'm doing. And even if it didn't play out, I'm okay with it. I built my portfolios up over time. And like I said, like from the leverage side, I have no more. I have a $5,000 in my BITUNIX account right now. It's built up the last couple of days. It was at about 4,500 2 days ago. Now it's over 5,000. So I've built it up. And yeah, if I take a $65 hit on that copy trade, so be it. So be it. I don't expect it. But if it happens, you know, it is what it is. But I would like to see this play out. I would like to see Bitcoin come up finally and tap that liquidity zone, because it does need to come up, in my opinion, to that 78,254. It's actually a tiny bit higher. No, it's right there. 78,256. We need to come up there and tap that resistance. That is a technical resistance target out of the cup and handle, the first target. After breaking all-time highs, that is the first target, and that is a dead set target. So until that hits, I'm still calling for it. With the way the liquidation map looks, it looks plausible to me. So that's what I'm waiting to see if it happens. There's no guarantees in crypto. There's no guarantee in Bitcoin, but I look for the liquidation, and the fact that just 900 points up right now, there's 500 million in liquidation. At 77,450, there's another 400 million. In between, there's about 370 million. Or actually like 600 million. What am I talking about? There's like $1.5 billion in liquidations around 77 to 77,600. If it just sweeps that 600 points, it's got like practically $2 billion in liquidation from shorts. I just don't see it skipping it. I just don't see it skipping it. Right now, oh, beautiful. We're up even more now in HBAR. We were so comfortable with the HBAR yesterday. I talked about it in the live. I did a standalone update that, honestly, I wish it would have got more views, but, you know, not everybody in my audience watches HBAR, but it got 527 views, and I talked about imminently breaking out, and the expected move is 16%. Right now, it's up 5%, and it's doing everything we've asked for. Everything. Hourly breaks bullish. 4 hourly's bullish. Daily's bullish. Looks fantastic. Bull flag V-shaped recovery like we talked about yesterday played out absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The technical target's up to 5.67 cents. I was waiting so long to reinvest in HBAR, and when I seen that setup yesterday, my head almost blew up. Just like XLM, I was waiting so long to reinvest it. When I seen this setup, my head almost blew up. So I have 30,000 XLM. I have 80,000 HBAR. So it's an interesting day. And like I said with XLM, if it breaks down that pattern, I'll lose $60 on a spot trade, if that. And you recycle it out. But I'm watching this from a standpoint of where I think Bitcoin has to go. So that's what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. If you're a fan of HBAR, please share this far and wide so others of HBAR can watch this. And stay emotionless here. It's our job here. We're not the victim here. In a world filled with so much hate, I do things a little bit differently. It's why I'm positivity over negativity. It's why I give out all this information for free. It's why I want to make a community where we have love over hate, and we've done a fantastic job. I don't like the hate. I like love over hate. I like positivity over negativity. We're winners here. We're the winners. We're not the victim. We've never been the victim, and we never will be the victim in here because we have all the information from a charting and news perspective to make an educated and informed decision. And when you can make an educated and informed decision, when the masses are running scared, we're able to sit in. And like with HBAR right now, it's up about $250, I would say right now, up over 5.17%. And we're able to make, like we did with AMP, the $280. So in just the last 2 days, we made $530 on spot trading. And that doesn't count the leverage trading because I don't know what's going to happen with this copy trade. It's still very much open. It's very much open. I have a stop loss right now at 537 because I didn't want to have to deal with anything. I just wanted it to play out. And that's a $65 risk at max. And but we did set up a short-term pattern consolidation. So we must pay attention to this because this seems to be what we need. We needed this consolidation. And now we should be trending up towards 55.90, even if bearish. If it breaks out of this bullishly, which we don't know if it's going to or not. Let's just be transparent here. We don't know. Actually, you know what? I need to go to the wider part of the setup. Because you're just trying to get a short target here if you could break up. Because I feel like we're going to melt back up and try to retest that exhausted wick after a beautiful drop down to 53.9. And even if bearish, we should double top here. But, you know, nothing's guaranteed in this crypto market. So I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't see anything wrong with this. So, I mean, if we're looking at this and this breaks up, you would get something like this with XRP. Back up to 57.94. But it can get rejected at 55.90, so just consider that. I encourage you to join me on BITUNIX if you want to join through everything I do. But stay very, very vigilant here because we haven't had any kind of real continuation yet. But it does seem to be suggesting to us that Bitcoin wants to go to 77,000. Grab that 500 million in liquidation. And then likely go anywhere between 77.5 to 78K. Because there's an additional 1.5 to 2 billion in liquidation if you just work your way back up. So there is a lot of liquidation, $900 up and then a tad bit higher. So I find it hard to believe that the market makers are going to leave that and allow the shorts to stay intact. But in the crypto market, nothing is certain. So do this from an emotionless standpoint. I would love to hear your comments in the video or in the comments below. after I release this. Have a blessed day, and if you made it until the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Have a blessed day, everybody, and monitor the risks because they are great today, especially if we break down. But we do have the ability on a push up here if we do search for more liquidation on Bitcoin. That's everything I've got, as transparent as I can be. And if your risk far out exceed what we're seeing here, sit on the sideline.